We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, we mentioned about all this, the possibility, and we mentioned we're looking for this one as a flat for one move up. Okay, the only question was the way was reversing was really corrective. That's why we mentioned may we get one more drop before we get the reversal, and we mentioned this is the best option we can look for. But from now we see some changes and the market is moving, most of the chart following each other. There is a possibility because we mentioned we're putting this one as a flat. We want to see one move up with the breakout of this. That's why we have been looking for this flat. But what we get here was really corrective. And we mentioned if we want to look for trade, we need to be quite careful. All right. In case we get one more drop before we get the reversal, and this is the best option we mentioned we can look for. But how about if the price continue from here? Since most of the most of the chart we see the continuation, and there is a possibility the price can continue from here as what we expected. Then if we get any trade set up for buy within this range, we can look for, and with the breakout of desktop we have to start to manage. But even if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we can look for continuation, but the only question is how we can look for trade within this. Okay, that's why we mentioned if we get one more drop, it can give us better opportunity to look for buy rather than the price reverse from here. If we want to look for the sharp move flag, also we can look for, if we get it, we take the trade. But we should know we want to see the breakout of the previous stop. Having entry above here at 3.56, sorry, 6.56 can be an option. But what we want the price sharply break and continue. If the price tag within the first or maximum second hours, we see there is no continuation, we take out the trade. Okay, mostly the price can continue and retest the stop. And from there, we can see the divergence. Okay, that's mean if we get any trade within this move, we need to have the proper management. This is the reason we mentioned we want to see one more drop. Then from there, we can get a better opportunity. Anyway, we have been looking for this one as a 1-2. We want to see one more, the last one with the breakout of the top. And even if there is a continuation, as we mentioned, if we get any trade for buy, we'll take it with the breakout of desktop around 6.8. Within this range, we have to start to manage. And the target we're looking for is 7. That means when the price tags 7, then from there we see whether there is a continuation or not. Okay. But anyway, if we get any trade set up with the breakout of desktop, we need to see the continuation. If it turns to a corrective move, we should know we have a divergence in the bigger picture. If this one turns to a bigger correction, okay, either we consider it as this one as a bigger correction or the overall, as what we explained in my last analysis. I'm not going into the details. And if I move to daily chart, if I remove everything, the only thing is we want looking at this, whether we can expect the price to retest the top in the bigger picture, or this one can turn to a correction for in relative to this. That means this one can turn to a more complex. And if I move to forward chart, this is what we have been explaining. In case this one can turn to a deeper correction relative to this for one more drop before we get the next. That's why if we get any trade with the breakout of desktop, we have to have a proper management. This is the reasons why we mentioned this is the reasons we mentioned if we get one more drop from here, exactly from here, it can give us better opportunity to look for buying. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And mostly we can expect the price to retest the stop. That's why if we get any trade set up for buying, we should have the proper management. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.